Welcome back, VOTOMS fans. So I had to make a big purchase of this guy. This is not an inexpensive set. And I got this whole set because I wanted to get this one figure. I don't think Takara ever sold this figure called Strikedog alone. But when I first discovered these little miniature action figures, I got these two guys loose. So I already have these two, but as I said, I had to get the whole set to get this guy. Alright, so this is number 18 in the series, AG-V18, and then it's called AT Armored Trooper Chronicles 1, A Fire of Cumin. I believe this is a jungle planet in the series, and they fought in a jungle, marshy conditions. That's why this is called Marshy Dog. These two are friends. This was the enemy guy, so this is the arch enemy of the guy piloting the star of the cartoon in this. You'll see here the text here. Hopefully I can focus on it. Armature human to 2 legs weapons. It's a vertical one-man tank for offense and maneuver. So VOTOM. I don't know where the S is from. And then this doesn't make any sense. As survivability of soldiers with ATs, these things is very low. VOTOMs is often used to make a mock of it, meaning fellers at the bottom. What does fellers at the bottom mean? Fellows at the bottom, I could see. Anyways. Sunrise is the company that I guess owns the cartoon series. Same stuff there, nothing there, nothing there. Legalese here, any sort of date. I don't think there's ever a date on these things unless you open it up. And then on the back there's usually some nice stuff here. So let's see, on the left side you have some call outs to the figures, and then I don't know what that's about, and these things can generally crouch down. Alright. It looks like it's brand new. There's only one piece of tape on each side, so that's nice. I really wish Takara would just go back and release every one of these figures just as single packs so they're affordable. You know, they already made the molds. Maybe they have to get the copyright license from Sunrise again, but alright, well, so this, we have this nice bubble formed stuff here, and I don't think it's any tape, it's just a friction fit. And then they're sitting on little pieces of plastic to keep them from getting scratched up. So I'm not going to talk about Marshy Dog or Berserga here, because, again, I've already reviewed them. This thing, I don't know, I guess it must come with this guy, but this is the guy we're talking about today, so I'm going to just pull this one out. I'm going to put these two aside. And then in this box are probably some plastic model parts. Yeah. Really? Alright, so, well, they're actually typed in the proper location. So these are Marshy Dog parts here, and these are Berserga parts, which I don't actually have these extra parts, I don't think, because I bought them that guy loose. So, anyways, I might fiddle with those parts later, but not right now. Let's get this out of here. Okay, so in the bag. Okay, so here it says 2017, so that's when this June 2017, I'm guessing. That's when this set came out. And yeah, that big gun does go with Strikedog. A couple other pieces, and then yeah, the other two have sprue attachments. So not many parts actually go with the Strikedog here, but here we are. You can have the handle with the hand on it, or just without it, so you display it on its own. And we gotta pop the figure in and extend the legs to crouch down. There's the arm punch thing, nothing. And on the back side, yeah, you got instructions of how Marshy Dog and Berserga get put together. Alright. You got these little cardboard name tags that you can bend into like a triangle. I don't really bother doing that, I don't have space to display those. And then there's a little Takara Tomy fans thing. And then we got the little spec card for the 3 set. I would have guessed they'd have just 1 card for each robot. Some little images from the TV show. And then, yeah, specs in Japanese, which doesn't help me so much. Okay, I guess I gotta get some scissors, which coincidentally I have right here. So let's make sure I don't cut through anything. Okay. This tiny little grab rail that goes on the torso. Alright, found some DVD covers of the Cumin Jungle Wars. I guess there's 2 volumes at least. Let's get the camera in a little closer here. Alright. So it's just raw plastic. It's not painted, sadly. That's a real shame. It looks very cheap, actually. I guess it's commonplace, but the little scope dogs, some of them are painted. You know, a little section of it's painted. So this does look a little cheap, unfortunately. But I'm guessing the original price wasn't nearly as much as what I paid. Okay, so here we have the cockpit, and it's got decent enough details. I mean, this is a small figure, or a small robot. Let me get the ruler for you guys. It's under 4 inches. With the antenna, it's like four and a quarter or something. Around 9, well, around 11 centimeters. So, anyways, it's not too big. So that's why I like these things. They have a lot of articulation. So we saw that the visor pops up. The head will spin. And then I guess, yeah, these optics will slide within this slot. But nothing rotates, okay? Man, these things are so small. I'm very, very worried. If I drop this, those are going to break off. Okay, so yeah, the cockpit again. Open that up. Nice molded details on the seat. And the pilot here, this dude is named Ypsilon, like the Greek letter, I guess. And he's got a mask on with goggles and all that. Sorry, I cannot focus on it. Put that thing down without breaking the antenna, hopefully. So, yeah, obviously lacking paint. But you can add paint. There's a peg in the back to help keep him in place. Let's pop him in here. I'm too lazy to paint something like this. And then this is the controls here. I believe maybe it goes in this way. Okay. So, losing focus again. Now you'll see the hinge here is actually lifted up, so you can push it down. See? And that's what gets a nicer fit here for the cockpit, or it's supposed to. There we go. So you can kind of see his blue head peeking through there. Alright, so let's move on to the shoulders here. It looks like there's a butterfly here. And that's a ball peg actually going into the torso. And then on the other side, I think there might be a ball peg there. Hard to say. But this armor piece has a little bit of movement. Yeah. Alright, I think there is a ball on this side as well. So it's like a dumbbell, that gray piece. So you can get off movement there, and then here in the upper bicep you can spin that, and then you can have a hinge here for the elbow, but it's only like a little bit past 90 degrees. And then this is the arm punch, I guess. Oh, in this case, maybe on this side it just comes right off. Maybe it's only on the other side, because this is not a normal hand, it's a claw. But you can see this claw moves. Oh, that's quite interesting. It moves way back here, and then obviously the top two claws articulate, and then this bottom one, I don't know. Oh, I think it must articulate. It looks like there's a gun barrel inside it. Look at that. So, but how? Okay. So yeah, he can shoot out of the middle of this claw. So that's kind of neat. Alright. So this thing is on a hinge of some sort. Pop that together again. Pop the claw back together down. Interesting. Okay, so again, a really small figure with articulation. On this side, we have the punch mechanism, I think. There's a little armor plate hiding the, or shielding the hand. I'm really wary about these antennae on the head. And yeah, this thing slides out a little bit because it's supposed to be like a punch feature. Alright, I'm going to guess this piece falls off easily, but I'll just leave it alone. There's some hooks here for backpacks and stuff, which apparently this is it, and it fell off. We might as well go into this. So essentially this looks like it was a model kit just put together, you know, but not painted. You know, it's got all the cutting sprue remnants there. What's this? That's kind of weird. Some stuff there. I'm wondering if this rotates. Yeah, look at that. So there's actually a ball peg here for these little thruster packs, thruster jets on this pack. So it's kind of neat because you can go in, out, up, down, right? So that's pretty cool. I like it. Alright. So yeah, this just hooks onto the back here. Kind of goes down like that. Alright. And then these armor flaps here, they can get out of the way for posing as well as the crouching down. It's an asymmetric set of armor plates here. This is like a footstep, and then where's that little piece of plastic? This is the hand grab rail. Almost looks like it's translucent. So this pops in here. Yeah, and so the pilot's supposed to grab that and climb into the cockpit. I think these are lamps or lights or something, running lights or something, headlights. It's nice that this one has some tampo printing on it, you know, whatever this insignia is, and even on the knee there's like an M or something. Alright, so then going down, we have the legs that can move all the way back, and then the knees can bend, but not too much. This armor plate's getting in the way. And then the foot has like this J-shaped hinge, so you can move the foot front and back quite a bit, and then it gets a lot of side rocker or rotation because there's a ball on the end of it. There's a screw holding it together. This is a drive wheel, but it's not a separate piece, it's just molded in detail. Alright, so there's a little flap for armor protection on the front and the back. Alright. Seems like the knees are asymmetric, which is kind of common in the VOTOMS universe. Okay, so I guess the last thing to do is try to put it into crouch down mode. And so I gotta figure out if I pull this a certain way, maybe push it forward, or that jetpack fell off again. Oh, well, let's try this side. You'll see there's actually a metal screw holding that thing together. Alright, so that there's a little notch there, but you can see it slid up. So you just gotta fiddle around with it till it breaks loose. So with that one, I'm gonna move this upper leg all the way here. And let's try fiddling around with this leg here. Oh, there we go. I kind of pulled the leg just in line that way to break it loose. Alright, So I think let's see if it'll even fit with the jetpack on. That would be down. Jetpack. No, I think you would have to take the jetpack off. Or, no? Yeah, it doesn't want to really stay. It's a bit gappy there. Alright. So it does crouch down though, and then you can open up the cockpit and pretend like the guy just got into it. You'll notice this little piece fell off. Maybe you didn't see it, but this is a magazine. 3 magazines are supposed to charge the punch feature, I think, of the arm. Or maybe they're just gun magazines. Maybe this Strikedog. Well, I don't see anywhere where the gun magazine would fit. This is a little different than the other ones. On the other ones, I think it's supposed to fit right there, the cartridge. And now this side fell off as well, so it's too bad. There's like an eye shape there. So a lot of fidgety parts. It's a small model. You can always glue it together if you want to. I think it's good that they do this though, because you can paint these things separately, you know, to make it really detailed. This is so loose, it will not go on at all. Maybe some sticky tack later. For now, we'll just leave it alone. Alright, so I'm going to put this guy back to normal standing mode. So I'm going to move this plate up. Wiggle this back. There you go. There's like a snapping noise. Nice detail on this plate. Little rivet marks and stuff. Okay, another snap. Very positive. Okay. Alright, so here are those little gun parts. Just the handle itself, or the handle with the hand wrapped around it. And then the gun itself looks like a giant bazooka. It's interesting. There's vents back here. And that's, you know, a little black paint would help that out. But I'm guessing the handle has to go up in here. There's like a little... kind of feel like you'd want to take it apart first, but I don't know if it's glued shut or not. Maybe it's not. Alright, so it does come loose, so it's not glued. Okay, so that wasn't too hard. Let's pop it open, pop it back. Alright, it's good enough. So, this is the right hand. So the right hand, it does have some movement on it, and you can see here the attachment is totally exposed. That little armor plate fell off. Alright, so that just fell out. It's like a friction fit only. Ooh boy. And going from the side, yeah, snapped in place. And then you'll see the armor plate here. It's just 2 little dimples sticking out that go into these recesses here. So, yeah, falls apart pretty easily. Alright, so now, well, I gotta say, it's kind of weird. With full extension, it will not cover the shoulder. So you gotta bend the arm a little bit. Let's see if I can do that. But the gun is in the way, so let me try this. And then try to move it back. Can't really get it to rest over the shoulder. Let me bend this even more. But now the hand doesn't want to go any further. So it's kind of weird. It's a strange bazooka. I don't understand why they would have designed it this way in the first place. It's almost like it, well, see, it's colliding with the antenna as well. Maybe if it was a little bit longer, then it would rest in like between the head and the shoulder. But yeah, I'm not really liking it. Yeah, you can pose them though. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the bazooka. I'm not a big fan. it's easy to get this out. Oh boy, it looks like I'm stressing the plastic there. It's a little sketchy, man. It's going in was easy. It's actually printing here. Sunrise Tomy, but no year. So if you bought this loose, you wouldn't know how old it is. That's too bad. I feel like this doesn't really want to stay on those hooks very well either. So I think maybe some poster mount putty would be helpful in a lot of these joints. Okay. So we're gonna lose this. I'm gonna get the spin coaster out and show you some other VOTOMs. So I was trying to pose the guy, and I realized that this guy's really loose. These little pegs here for the thighs, they don't really have much friction, so it might require some like nail polish or something to thicken that up, because it's just too loose, I feel. I think if you played with this more than 10 minutes, it just wouldn't be able to stand anymore. The knees don't have a problem because I think you can adjust the tension with that screw, but it's kind of weird. I feel like this is a lot looser model than the other VOTOMS ones I have. Okay, well, anyways, I don't have a choice. It's the only strike dog in the 1/48 scale that I'm aware of. Trying to see if I can get this hand in the upper position. No, so that's too bad too. There's no way to twist the wrist. Yeah, so you're just kind of stuck with the claw on the bottom half. I don't know if that's the way the cartoon was. I can't remember. Well, I do like that the gun is there, so I'm going to pose it like this. Maybe sideways. I can do a sideways pose. Nah, unless you stick the arm out like that. This doesn't look normal, I think. You kind of have to bend an arm a little bit. Alright, well, I guess that's it for posing that guy. Let's let this guy spin, and I pulled out my the other figures I reviewed from this set, and I looked at them, and they are identical to what's in the blister. So here's the Marshy dog, and here's the... Sorry, this thing is way too fast. Actually, the packaging had it like this, so let's do that. There's Serga. Yeah. Okay, well, you can see this Marshy dog's really small. It's compared to the other guys. It's really short robot. These are supposed to be like inflatable tanks, so it can ford rivers easily. And then these are supposed to be some sort of, I don't know, like pads on the feet that allow it to move faster, supposedly. Kind of like a hydro boat or something, one of those Florida gator boats or something. Maybe it slides over like leaves easier or something like that. And these are like drive wheels. They're supposed to help it move along the ground. So, all right, give you a different angle here. I don't think the other two can fly. This one has jet thrusters in that backpack, but I don't think this guy does. I don't see any at least, and I don't think Marshy Dog does either. He's just got like some tanks doing something, I don't know what. Alright, let's stop these guys spinning. It's kind of annoying. Okay, well, if you don't have any of these figures and you're willing to pay the price, this is a pretty cool set. I mean, this one honestly is not so great. You can buy both of these on their own, I believe, just as individuals. But if you don't have them, you might as well just pony up the money for the set, because I don't think you can get this guy on its own, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So that's why I went and got it. Alright, well, there's still a few other robot armored troopers that I have to get from this series, and hopefully they'll come up for sale someday soon. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VOTOMS video later on. Cheers.